our keynote speaker for the first section. The second section will be panel presentation from international proceedings. Before we continue to the main agenda, please allow me to read the rundown of today's agenda. First, singing national anthem of Indonesia, Malaysia, Uzbekistan, and Madagascar. Second, remarks from Director of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta. Third, first section of conference. For break time. Fifth, second section of conference, panel presentation from international proceedings. Sixth, closing ceremony, including announcement of product innovation competition winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda is singing national anthem of Indonesia, Malaysia, Uzbekistan, and Madagascar. Ladies and gentlemen, you are required to stand up, please. Please kindly be seated. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Insinyur Suci Purwandari, Magister Management PhD, as Director of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, to give remarks. Mrs. Suci, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, distinguished guests, honorable speakers, Dr. Jasur Eksonov from Kokand State University, Uzbekistan, Dr. Mamini Rina Venitra from Asta Research Center, Madagascar, Dr. Khailur Anwar Abdul Wahid from the Technology Diffusion and Commercialization Department Malaysia, and Apotheker Umi Nafisa, Magister Management, Magister Science from Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, Indonesia. Respected teachers and mentors, and dear students, participants, and colleagues. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a true honor and pleasure for me, on behalf of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, to warmly welcome all of you to this meaningful webinar session, part of International Innovation Technology Expo, or IITE. Today's session carries a powerful and timely theme, empowering ideas through innovation, shaping the future with technology and sustainable development. In the face of global challenge, technological disruption, and the urgent need for sustainable action, the ideas we plan today will determine the world we live in tomorrow. That is why this webinar is not just a gathering of mind. It's a platform of possibilities where two leaders, educators, and students from around the world unite to inspire innovation with impact. We are truly honored by presence of our distinguished speakers, whose expertise spans from academic research to technology diffusion and innovation commercialization. Your insights are invaluable in helping us connect innovation with sustainability, technology with responsibility, and education with real-world transformation. To our participants, students, and lecturers from Indonesia and across the globe, I hope this event sparked in you a spirit of exploration, critical thinking, and collaboration. We need bold ideas rooted in empathy and innovation that serve not only today's needs but also future generations. Let this webinar be a bridge between ideas and action, a catalyst for academic partnership, and a reminder that no idea is too small to make a difference. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mrs. Suci, for your remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, before beginning the seminar, let's have a photo session first. Please activate your camera and our operator will capture some pictures. Okay, Please activate your camera and our operator will capture some pictures. One more, please activate your camera and our operator will capture some pictures. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, one more. One, two, three. Okay, thank you so much. Without further ado, let's move to our main agenda, which is the international conference. I would like to remind all participants that after the entire conference is over, we will announce the winner of the innovation product competition. This international conference will be moderated by Miss Prasivi Chitaresmi, Master of Tourism. Thank you for your attention and now please welcome Miss Prasivi as the moderator.
Hello, good morning, everybody. First of all, I would like to give the highly relevant and inspiring, empowering ideas through innovation, shaping the future with technology and sustainable development. I am honored to moderate this important series of events. Today, we gather from various countries and background to explore the potential of innovation and technology in shaping of sustainable future. At least, for this global challenge from climate change to social inequality, the role of fresh ideas and innovative solutions is increasing crucial. This seminar to provide a forum for exchanging ideas, uniting diverse perspective and sparkling cross-disciplinary collaboration to create a real positive impact on the environmental and society. We will hear from the expert and innovator who will share their insight, experience, and research, finding that drive sustainable progress with technology. I encourage all participants to actively engage, participate in open discussion, and building strong network to ensure the spirit of innovation continues to thrive. Let us work together to realize the vision of smart, inclusive, and environmentally friendly future. Without the future ado, let's begin this seminar with enthusiasm and passion. So, welcome to this international seminar for everybody. And the first, we have the keynote speaker from Madagascar with the name is Mr. Rakoto Arisoa Maminirina Penitra PhD from Asta Research Center in Madagascar. And today, Mr. Rakoto Arisoa will be have the topic about the tourism and innovation in the digital era. So maybe hello, good morning, Mr. Rakoto Arisoa. Are you joined in the Zoom today?
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, your sound is clear here. So, are you ready for the presenting today, Mister?
Yes, I am.
But before, maybe I will to permit to you, I will presenting about our participant about your curriculum vitae, sir. It's okay, yeah? Yeah, okay. Thank you for the operating. Maybe can you help me untuk for curriculum vitae and Mr. Rakoto Ariswa. So everybody, Mr. Rakoto Ariswa is from the Malagasy people, and Mr. Rakoto Ariswa have the research interest about the marketing and tourism, organization, behavior, and multidisciplinary. And he has about the academic background, master's degrees in management on Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas 11 Maret Indonesia, and got the PhD in Management Science, Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Airlangga, Indonesia. But in this treaty, Mr. Rakotariswa have the academic position as senior lecturer in Faculty of Management, University Technology Malaysia, Johor Bahru, Malaysia, and has the postdoctoral research in Department of Management, Faculty of Economic and Business, Universitas Indonesia, Depok, Indonesia. Isn't it, Mr. Rakotariswa?
Yes.
Yeah. For the PowerPoint, you are presenting by yourself, okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Mister. So this is your time. You can be presenting about the.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here today to share a little bit insight from Madagascar. So before I start, I would like to express my thanks to the organizing committee of these events, who has been doing a lot of hard work to make these events come to reality. And I also would like to congratulate them for these great achievements. And also, it's a pleasure to be here also along with all of the distinguished speakers from their part of the world, that we are going to share different perspective and also different topics from different countries. So I think this is a very great platform for us, especially for the students, to get international exposure on what is going on in the other part of the world. So this is a place where we can discuss. So having a feedback from all the participants and questions will be really appreciated. So today I'll be talking about the tourism and the innovations in digital area in Madagascar. So in these topics, I will try to give overview of how digital transformation has been involved in tourism industries. And also I'll share some case study or initiatives that Madagascar tourism has been taken to be a part of these changes. And I also will share about some of the strategy and future directions for digital transformation in tourism industry. So before I start, I would like to I'll share about the context of the tourism in Madagascar. So by 2032, we have approximately 260 international visitors that generate half billions of dollars to the GDP. And in 2024, it has been increased to 316,000 of international visitors. So in this year, we are projecting that we will have this will be projected to grow approximately 14% of growth in this year. So as we can see that the tourism industry is not as one of the fast growing industries in the world, which provided 5% of the global GDPs and contributed more than 200 million jobs worldwide. So we can see that the tourism industry is very one of the most valuable industry that we can economically rely on. But if we talk about the recognitions, the context of Madagascar, Madagascar is one of the great destinations in Indian Oceans that has been recognized by the Expedias in a Island Hot List 2025, and we also have won the award of Indian Ocean Leading Adventure Tourism 2025. So one of the facts in Madagascar is that previously we did not really have a visitor from the United Arab Emirates, but in the recent year, the visitor from the attentions from the Emiratis tourists has been increased to more than 260% only in 1 year. So in terms of economic impact of the tourism in Madagascar, we in 2024, the tourism represented 10% of our GDPs and contributed 350 works, both direct and indirect, and more than 1.5 million people across the nations are relying on the tourism value chains. So as we can see that we are expecting that the tourism industry will contribute 14.9% of our GDP this year. So one of the main strategic goals of and the priorities of the tourism industries in Madagascar are to reach 1 million tourism by 2028, and which our Ministry of Handcraft and Tourism are now focusing on enhancing domestic air connectivities, rehabilitation national road infrastructure, strengthening skills and in tourism and hospitalities sector and the regional integrations, and especially digital transformation. So in this presentation, I will talk about the digital transformation focus of Madagascar and also how they are trying, how the ministry, tourism industry are trying to strengthening the skills that required into that digital transformation in tourism and the industry. Here is some destinations for those who have not visited, who have not heard about Madagascar. These are some of the places that you can visit it if you come to Madagascar. So most of these places are listed in UNESCO's, and I have won tourism award as well. So let's talk about the digital transformation in the industries, as we know that this has been reshaping the global tourism by improving the services, all service delivery, customer engagement, and also the destination management. So the due to these digital transformations, this industry has tried to integrate the digital tools and innovations such as mobile apps and e-booking systems to provide more personalized experience, and also to enhance the tourism experience when traveling to a certain destination. So as reported by the UN WTO in 2018, that 75% of the international tourists are using digital platform when they are booking their tickets or hotels. And again, a Google Travel study found that 70% of the leisure travel use smartphone. And in Madagascar, the tourism revenue reached more than 700 millions. So these are driven partly by digital initiatives that have been taken by the Ministry of Tourism through investment of in digital infrastructure. So if we look at the structure of the digital transformation in tourism industry, it has been evolved along the year, over the year. That as we can see that it has started from digital access, where basic computer and internet access being to influence the sector. And into 1907 to 2006, the digital constructions came along, where digital systems start being built, and later the that time digital tools are used to operationalize and uh, cause and used for decision making in 2007. And lately, now the digital uh, transformation in tourism industry has focused more on digital experiences that aiming to provide it and improve the tourism experiences. And as we know that all the tourism activities are relying on the tourism satisfaction. So nowadays, the tourism industry trying to focus more on how can we improve and enhance these experiences, and how can we make this experience more convenient. And if you can see the core in the middle, the core of area of tourism digitalization. So these are impacted the digitalization of the tourism and hospital industries, and also the tourism attractions and traffic and the online travel. So this has been the core area that has been impacted. So when we look at the left side, we can see that there is also some challenges that the tourism industries are facing due to this digital transformation, such as the problem of tourism digital talents. That is one of the major challenges that the most developing countries are faces, where lack of talented or employees that can cope with the digital transformations is very big issues. So in the other side, there are some strategies that we can also strategies and also opportunities that we also can look over, such as integrating the tourism digital resources and solve the social problem, and innovation and transformation of tourism digital technology. So if we look at this next graph, is representing the flow, the framework and flow model for understanding digital transformations in tourism industries. So there are some focus of so these are the main focus of this digital transformations, as it has triggered by external drivers. So these are the forces outside of the tourism industry, such as penetrations and growth of digital technology and artificial intelligence and automations. And in the middle, during the phase of digital transformations, these are the core process of showing how digital transformation evolve over time. So at the end, there are also this represent the key elements of our organization must focus to success in this transformation, such as digital resources, as mentioned earlier, rotational structure and growth, and strategy. So in tourism industries, there are several key issues and also strategies that this industry have faced. For example, if we look at the sustainability initiatives, meaning that adopting sustainability practices such as renewable energy, waste reduction programs, and also green technology to attract environmental consciousness. But the challenge is that there is a high initial investments cost, difficulty for small operator to compete and compete and also to adhere with the regulations. So, but when there is a challenge, there comes to always an opportunities. So for the long-term cost saving, enhance brand reputation, increase customer loyalty, also alignment with global sustainability goal. So there's a lot of, so one of the major challenges that commonly faced by tourism industries, specifically in developing countries or countries like Madagascar, are the accessibility to these digital resources and also the connectivity. Internet connectivity is also still major challenges, and again the lack of skilled employees or labor that can cope with these changes also is very a major challenges. So if we look at the take a glance of the digital experiences in the tourism industries, that it's it has been there for a long time, such as the travel services through online booking and through internet mostly, and accommodations, shared sim for recreation and entertainments and foods, and also the rest. So all of this can be now done through leveraging the digital tools. So as we present here the tourism digital practices used in digital transformation. So along with all of these experiences and processes in tourism activities, from the pre-travel, where people are trying to look at where they want to go, what hotel they want to stay, and how they can choose their best stay hotel or best activities for them, and during the travel, how they pay their bills, how they navigate around the city, how they communicate with locals. So these are now have been done more convenient due to the help of this digital platform. And also after the post travel, they also can assess is how much they spend during the travels, how much carbon footprints they have emitted during the travels, and um, they can also still keep engaging with the local communities and keep up with what is going on the destination that they have been visiting. So these have been if you this has been transformed due to this digital transformation. So this has making this tourism activity more convenient and also more satisfying for the visitors. So these are some examples of how this tourism industry has been how these digital transformations has shaped the tourism industries from information disseminations or social medias, travel books, and engagement reality, augmented reality, and virtual reality, and enhance customer experiences. So through the help of these digital transformations, so now traveling is more convenient. So how Madagascar has tried to cope with these changes? So it has been a long time ago that Madagascar trying to integrated the digital transformation into tourism industries. So the Ministry of Tourism of Madagascar are trying to promote these transformations for a long time. So by giving support to the local communities and also to giving training, digital training for the tourism stakeholders and tourism operators, particularly in a remote area. So they also are trying to build digital infrastructure that can support these transformations and also this transformation in this industry. So these activities are jointly, the Ministry of Tourism of Madagascar jointly collaborate with one of the leading telecommunications companies to provide the internet access to the local communities and also to the stakeholder, tourism stakeholders and tourism operator, and as well as giving training to those people. So as the digital and the inclusive growth initiative in Madagascar's tourism are focused on 4 areas. The first is the tourism international and regional integrations and smart tourism innovations, and also the digital marketing training and the driving innovations in Madagascar tourism. So these are jointly um, these are supported by, as I mentioned, by the leading telecommunications companies in Madagascar. And as the World Bank has a success is in 2013 that the Indian Oceans should be jointly integrated in terms of tourism to drive traffic to this area, to the regions. But there was a lot of challenges that have been mentioned by the World Bank back in 2013. But recently, this year, there are some initiatives that have been taken to accelerate this regional integration. So thanks to the help of digital innovations and technology that were they are now start to engage sharing informations and also shaping strategy, joint strategy to attract visitor to the Indian Ocean regions. And we also organize a digital training that helps to support the local communities to especially startups and SMEs that and also we focus on professional training and capacity building as well. So these have so this smart tourism or the integration of digital tourism is require new skills. So this, as a new practice comes, new skills are required. So as mentioned that the Ministry of Tourism in Madagascar are trying to provide the necessary skills for the operators and also for whoever involved in the tourism industries. Then they are trying to give this equip them with these new skills to improve their digital knowledge, digital literacies, and also they are trying to establish the new framework and regulations that helps to accelerate the digital transformation in tourism industries and provided necessary and a relevant infrastructure that helps to support these transformations. So this will come up with new investments, collaboration between parties and between sectors, and also it will generate a task to better take a decision for these industries. So, and this digital transformation is not only involve businesses, but also this helps to engage communities as a part of the tourism activities. And also it also encourage tourism to be more responsible of their travel as well. So there are some the digital solution for sustainable tourism. There are several from that we can learn from this. That one of the key area that Madagascar has been taking is the stakeholder collaborations. So working together with all of the sector that um, involved in the tourism value chain is very important. That helps to accelerate this digital transformation, also to ease the process of these transitions. And there are also a lot of benefits for the communities, such as where now people are, the communities are now involved into the tourism activities, and they also are gaining some educations and skills developments uh, from the ministries, and increase civic pride and increase income diversifications. Because now through these initiatives, they are not only trying the ministry are not these training are not only helping them to training them to be involved in the tourism activities, but also to be a part of the economical resources of the countries through selling their product through those digital platform. So one of the some of the challenge of their challenge of the digital transformation is that, as mentioned, these are the main major challenges that we face in Madagascar: that infrastructure and connectivity gaps, and digital literacy among tourism stakeholders is relatively low, and access to funding and investment also is still lack beyond. So some of the solutions or strategies that that have been taken in place and also should be taken in place is that strengthening digital infrastructure and incentivized innovation and startup. So last 2 years, there is one of startup pitching challenge in Madagascar that all of the tourism stakeholder from the coastal area of Madagascar has been gathered to pitch their idea. So the IES Forum provide them fundings to support their innovative idea that helps accelerate these transitions. So enhancing policy and framework also is very important. This is not only in terms of so as nations, developing nations, they also should have their own framework rather than just following what or ratifying the international framework. So we should design a more appropriate policies and framework that match with the context of our of the destinations, and again develop a community-driven strategy and platform is very important indeed, where a lot of initiatives have been taken to hear from the communities and help invite communities to be a part of all of the decisions that taken into the digital transformation into tourism. So I think that's all from me. If you guys have questions, please feel free to ask if you have any question.
Thank you so much for Mr. Rakutoariswa maminitra venitra vieti. So, misautra tampoko. Maybe for the misautra tampoko. It is the thank you, sir.
Yes, correct. Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm going to open about this. So, maybe for the all participants, if you want to.
Excuse me, your voice is not, you're not audible.
Pardon?
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah, the mic.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Yeah. So for all participants, maybe if you want to question something about the topic is from Sir Rakoto Ariswa, you can to raise your hand, and or maybe you can do writing in the comment chat, isn't it? So, Mister, it is so. We are waiting for the question. Maybe we have a 5 minutes, isn't it? But this topic is so very interesting. I'm follow your what point in the first time. It's the topic is very interesting for the considering the current technological development, especially in the tourism world. Yes, sir. Because to continue adaptable and have a positive impact on the community and the surrounding environment, isn't it? In the Madagascar, for the tourism, it's to the development, too much for the tourism too, sir.
Uh, can you come again? I can already hear your voice. It's not, if you can speak louder.
Okay, I'm sorry for my microphone. So, this topic, I waiting for the some people maybe for the participant here. Maybe if you wanted to question something, you can to raise your hand, and you can to raise your hand, or maybe you can to writing in the column chat, because this topic is very interesting, yes, sir. The
Okay.
Yeah, especially in the tourism world, which is we must to adaptable and we must to have a positive impact to every time we do from the tourism on the community and surrounding environmental too.
Yeah, indeed.
I have one question. Can you hear me, Dr. Rako?
Yes.
About so far in your department, is there any apps that you've been launched to be used or maybe for SME industry that use
So
your services?
any person here for the all participants who wanted to question something?
So in terms of app that used to support these initiatives in Madagascar is still on progress, but we have a lot of startups that joined in the Orange Digital Hub. So all of these innovations and uh, innovations and these new technology are still in progress at the moment. But now most of the tourism operator now trying to be visible online. If previously they are only visible physically, but now all of these these operator are now visible online. So we still don't have one app for all yet. So still relying on individual websites and also individual initiatives. So I think that's a great also good suggestions for the future that one nation should have one app that can also helps to support these transformations. Yeah.
In terms, if you are plan to make it a one hub to support all the initiative, what do you think about on the dominance or control the market size? So is it some kind of what do you think about that?
Yeah, this is actually one of the other challenges that also arise because if because the hub is a private owned company, So it could be dominated by one parties, but hubs should be affiliated with the governments. So it should be any software and any app that manage all of these activities should be owned by the states. So the state have this its own objectives and priorities, national priorities. So maybe it will be more uh, uh, effective for all of these stakeholders that be involved in the sector. So I think that's a very interesting points that you raise.
Yeah, because it is make some effect or impact with the tourism. So it is we have one question, sir, from column chat with the Indonesia. Wait a moment. So okay, what role will the digital transformation play in increasing tourism revenue in Madagascar by 2024, and which technologies will contribute most? Maybe it's your time, sir.
Excuse me, can you come again the last part a
Okay.
bit louder if possible?
Yes, or the question is, what is the role of digital transformation to increase tourism income in Madagascar 2024, and what is the contribution of technology?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's a very great questions. So basically, I'm sure that most of you have not heard about Madagascar before, and Madagascar is unfamiliar nations or countries for any others people. And due to the help of these digital technologies and specifically internets and social medias, now we are trying to, the Ministry of Tourism are trying to promote um, Madagascar tourism through social medias and through um, different channels, digital platform. So to increase the visibilities globally in the internet. So that's how it comes to recognized by many. So a lot of activities that invites influencers and invites also uh, um, uh, movie makers from overseas and are celebrities from overseas to shoot movies in Madagascar and are trying to promote the beauty of Madagascar through social medias and so on. So these are some of the activities that been taken as well. And beside the digital payments in Madagascar is also growing, like the other part of the world, where with easing the transactions process during your trips and also your payment process during your trips, because these are also are very important components of part of the traveling. So if you travel, more convenience, and it will have some impact on how your satisfactions, your durations of your trips. Maybe you want to stay longer because you are um, because you feel satisfied and it everything feels easy for you during your travels. So that is one part of the uh, initiatives that have been taken that promoting cashless payments and also facilitating transactions.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So maybe I think we have one question again, but the time maybe is so very until 8 minutes again, sir. But it is the simple question: what and technology that contributes the most to digital transformation of Madagascar tourism lately, isn't it, sir? Maybe you can answer this. What's technology that contributes the most to digital transformation of digital tourism lately?
Can you come again, please? because the voice is a little bit low.
Okay, maybe I will to try again about my voice. I'm sorry. What technology that contributes the most to digital transformation of Madagascar tourism lately?
I would say the internet is one of the technology that's now helping to promote tourism industry in Madagascar. And the one is I've shared some example of the Meta virtual reality, where has been used in Royal Palace in Madagascar. So now when you visit the place, because it has faced some incident before the palace, so everything are gone. So to preserve this story, preserve the culture, so everything are now digitalized. So you can, when you come to the museums, the Royal Palace, you can live like it brings you back to time because everything are now using metaverse, and all of the queens and kings before are now, you can see them like, oh, this is the queens that been living here, that's how they live, these are the story. So this also helps to not only to promote the tourism but also preserve the culture and the story of Madagascar. So I think these are some of the great initiatives that have been taken in place.
Of course. So the digital innovation such as the development in tourism and use the CTS area, the overall, thank you so much. I will do a little summary on this topic is the integration of the digital innovation present about the significant opportunity to elevate Madagascar to new height in the global tourism industry with a caveat and fundamental challenge must be addressed through adaptive and collaborative strategy. Thank you so much for Mr. Rakoto Arisoa, Mami Rina Venitra, PhD from Asta Research Center, Madagascar. So thank you so much, Mr. Rakoto Arisoa, and we will come to the next keynote speaker.
Thank you
Okay,
very much. Thank you for
thank
having me
you.
here.
Okay, so everybody, we come to the next keynote speaker. The second keynote speaker is Dr. Hairul Anwar Abdul Wahid. He is from the MIMOS BHD Malaysia. Good morning, Dr. Hairul.
Good morning. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, your sound is clear here. So today you will presenting about the topic engineering innovation for a greener tomorrow, smart system and sustainable infrastructure. Wow, it's interesting for topic too about the engineering. But before I want to permit for you before I will to presenting about your curriculum vitae for the our participants, sir. Okay, so hello everybody. This is the second keynote speaker, Dr. Hairul Anwar bin Abdul Wahid. He is a current position as a staff engineer at Mimos Berhad, and Dr. Hairul has academic qualification from the Master of Science Mechanical Engineering in the USM or University of Science in Malaysia and got the PhD Mechanical Engineering in USM. So Mr. Hairul, accomplished leader with over 15 years of experience praising research, academia, and industry to deliver impactful solutions with recipients of 6 medals at national and international innovation competition, showcasing a proven track record of excellence and creativity in technology and engineering. So, Dr. Hairul, for the PowerPoint, for the presenting, you wanted to share by yourself or maybe by our team?
Yeah, sure. I can share by myself.
Okay, welcome. This is your time, Doctor.
Thank you. Let me share the slide first. Can you see the slide?
Okay. This is
Yeah,
maybe
everyone can see the
show.
slide, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect.
Okay, everyone. Thank you. Good morning to moderator, to the keynote speaker, to the lecturers, and all the participants. I'm really feeling really great to be invited to become one of the keynote speaker in this conference. So today I would like to share on the engineering innovation for a greener tomorrow, which is the smart system and sustainable infrastructure. So before we go in details of what we have done so far, I would like to share a bit on the Mimos Berhad. Basically, the Mimos Berhad is the government agency and the Minister of Science and Technology. Right, so we are a government agency. So we are reporting to Minister of Science and Technology. So we was founded in 1985, right? And we are reporting to different minister all along the way. And currently in 2025, we come back to reporting to MOSTI, which is Minister of Science and Technology. So basically, our mandate for our government is we are the teams, the frontier research team to develop the frontier technology, right? So this is our vision and mission. That's our vision and vision. Basically, we want our mandate, our purpose is to be the frontier R&D in EE and also ICT. So basically, this is our campus, so our building. So if you look in this building, basically this is the wafer fab. So the actual wafer fab, the foundry to making the chips, okay, chip maker, right? So we are supporting the local SME in semiconductor as well, okay. And moving forward, we not also focus on wafer fab technology, semiconductor technology, but we also focusing on different type of technology, including AI, blockchain, quantum, and so on. And our mission is to create a local industry, right? So we develop technology in-house, and then we transfer our technology to local industry, to industry to commercialize and distribute, either in Malaysia or even in global, right? So these are our campuses. We have two campuses. The one is in Kuala Lumpur, okay, here. So our campus located here, Technology Innovation Park Malaysia, okay, close to Stadium Bukit Jalil. So those who may have experience to come to Stadium Bukit Jalil, to watch the football competition between Malaysia and Indonesia, maybe you are familiar with this area. And the second campus is Kulim, is up north of the peninsula of Malaysia, okay, at Kulim. So we have two campuses. So we have a 600 staff. Okay, half of them is R&D staff. Okay, half of them is R&D staff. Okay, and we managed to create many technology, and so we managed to push more than 100 commercial technology. And we also have more 1,400 patent file. Okay, patent file. All right. So in Mimos, this is what our core activities. Okay, we develop technology, we make IP, we protect our technology, and then we transfer to industry. So that's our main purpose. So what the fields, what the topics is ICT, either blockchain, IoT, AI, big data, or machine vision. And of course, our mandate still on semiconductor, because one of our industry in Malaysia is semiconductor. So we have our own wafer fab. We have two type of wafer fab, one for R&D, and another one is to fabricate chips, right? And also the microelectronic system, right? And we also venture with any industry, universities, either from local or from overseas, okay, to develop a product and solution. So we can, so basically we do due diligence with from our collaborators. So what is the pain point, and then we offer what we have in house, the technology. We stitch together this technology to package so that they can solve their problem. Right, so we have various type of product and solutions ready to be commercialized and licensed, and we also have our research facilities and services. This more on the semiconductor services for on facilities, like say for material analysis, for surface failure analysis, integrative testing, reliability testing, and so on. Right, so we do have a lab, and this is one of the best services in Southeast Asia. Okay, most all our lab is certified laboratory. Right, so we have verified services and process development. As I mentioned before, we have two types: one for R&D, one for a real foundry, and this one for failure material and reliability analysis. Right, so most of the industry in semiconductor that we have in Malaysia, so we do a research contract with them or test services contract with them to do perform on testing, and we also have our own academy to develop talent, to give the certificate testing and so on. Right, so this is how we work. Right, so our mandate for industry capability enhancement. Right, so we have a expertise in house. We have a very prominent expert. Okay, so what we do is we engage with industry, we collaborate with industry to enhance their capability, to provide to develop technology with them. Okay, technology creation, and then we develop them. Okay, so we working together with university as well, either industry and SMEs. So this is the blueprint of how we work lah. We collaborate with universities, investor agencies, industry partner, either local or global, right? So what we do is maybe we create our new technology, a new IP, and then once the IP is the research is reached to the technology readiness level 4 and above, ready to be used in real industry, in real site, then we can start to commercialize and licensing, right? And some come to us to join us to make a spin-off. Spin-off, we provide the talent, generate the talent as well, and so on. So this what our mandate to the government. Okay, now we are talking about what we have done so far. Okay, and related to this today's topic, which is the smart system and sustainable infrastructure. So I would like to present today is on our 8 technology that we ready in-house to be commercialized and ready to license, to be licensed. So if you are interested, later we can keep in touch. All right. So I'm going to present at least 8 technology that we have. The first one called Inspectra. Okay, this one to monitor the quality of palm oil, right? And UGV is an autonomous ground vehicle, ground vehicle. So perception technology can be integrated with UGV and automated fresh FFV collection, loose fruit collector, smart weight integrated system, and so on. So later we go this one. All this technology is packaged so that we can call for attention technology solution. Okay, the first one, right, is Inspectra. So in WIMOS, basically what we do practice is our government give fund to our agency, to this agency, for every 5 years. Okay, we call the Malaysian 12 plan. Okay, so today is our Prime Minister going to present the 13 Malaysian plan. So every 5 years we got a budget. So in last 5 years, so we receive a big fund from our government to develop a local technology to support in agriculture. So this is one of the solution that we develop in house for within this 5 years. So this year is going to our last year to deliver the technology to industry. So the first technology is Inspectra. So Inspectra means is inline near NIR spectroscopy analysis. NIR is basically is near infrared. Okay, near infrared. So okay, Indonesia, Malaysia, okay, among the country, the largest country that provide the palm oil, right? So Indonesia is the first. Okay, the second one is Malaysia, and and the third one Thailand, and so on. So we are Indonesia is the top lah. Okay, the top who planted the top producer of palm oil. And Malaysia comes second lah. Right. So this is our motivation lah. So because in this industry, in palm oil industry, in the end, what they're looking for is on OER, oil extraction rate. Okay, oil extraction. That means, let's say, if 100 kilo of palm oil, how many kilo of oil? Like how many kilo of oil? So that determines how much revenue they will generate. Okay, more revenue. So that means more higher percentage of OER they generate will more revenue lah, right? So basically, the practice in mill, either in that we survey in Malaysia, so they do manually. Okay, they bring the FFB, the fruit of palm oil, go to the mill, they press it, and then they filter it and everything. So basically, when they do monitoring this, they do manually to monitor. So when they press, they squish and everything. So basically, there are few processes. Okay, either in dilution, they call dilution, they call segregation, whatever, right? So what happened is the property of palm oil is there are three main parameters: the FFA, free fatty acid. The second one is oil content, and the third one is slush. Right. So these three parameters will determine how much OER they will develop. Right. So basically, what they do is they do manually. Okay. So they do take the oil sample, go to the lab, manual sampling, get the reading. Only then they get know so how good the processing are, and then they go to the mill again and try to setting the mill. Okay, that's what happened in Malaysia. So what we do, we develop this technology, right? This technology. So this technology is use the infrared technology. So this technology inside here they have a spectrometer cable to contact with the photonic probe, right? And shoot the infrared laser to this pipeline. So inside this pipeline, they have a flow in the palm oil, right? And then based on the spectrometer reflected, okay, based on reading from this infrared and come back to this spectra, and they have an algorithm inside here to determine the component, the substance or the compound of the palm oil, right? And then from this reading, they can control the PLC to control the mill, maybe control the valve, maybe control the pump and whatever, so that they can get the highest OER in real time. Okay? So that is the value of this product. Right? So the revenue of OER is very high. If you can increase even 1% of OER, that means it could be billion of ringgit. So that is the power of this spectra that can generate in your revenue, right? So this technology is ready, is developed in-house, ready to be commercialized and be installed in most of our palm oil industry, like Felda Global Ventures, SDK3, and so on. Right. Okay, so basically this is how it works. Okay, they will do a calibration first. They take the oil, they study the oil from that mill and see the band. Okay, the spectrometer band to get the benchmark, and then they train their own AI algorithm so that every time when they measure the signal from the palm oil, they can determine the FFA oil and water. So this is the parameter that they can indicate. So either the mill is process efficient or not. Right, so they're repeating, okay, and then this is the generating of the user interface lah, to show the three main parameters that indicate the status of OER: water content, oil, and also the FFA. Right. So this system is you just simply drill a hole on your pipeline and plug your probe, and then this probe connect to your spectra machine, and then this inside here they have a brain and algorithm to process the signal, and then they go to here to do the report. Okay, either live reporting, also generate the reporting. All right. So basically, we have our key partner with the plantation industry, SDK3, one of the largest. Okay, also in Indonesia, we have also have SDK3. It is here, FGV, further global venture, and also we can work with our industry, with university as well. Okay. Alright, and Rotatech is our taker lah so far. Okay, our license to distribute this technology. But our license is not exclusive. So later maybe you are interested to get venture with MIMOS on this technology for your palm oil, either it private or from the government palm oil plantation, then let me know. So the only thing that might be, so we have compared our technology with different brand that offer the same solution. So the only that we are still lacking on manufacturability, right? So we want to produce mass manufacturing, right? So that is we are still lacking. So we are looking for collaborator or partner that are able to take our license and also to manufacture it in mass. Because what we do is we only develop the technology solution. Okay, we not manufacture in house. We develop the technology solution and prove it and can be used in industry and prove it. Then the technology we need to transfer to the local industry so that local industry can develop and to distribute it. So that's how the MIMOS work. Okay, so this is some of the snapshot or screenshot of the live software interface to show you the data that captured lively, right? Okay, that is monitoring the palm oil in mill, right? So it's very important, it's very useful because it can help the mill manager to monitor, to plan and reporting on the oil extraction rate on palm oil mill. Because 1% increase could be worth billion of ringgit, right? The second technology we developed in-house is unmanned ground vehicle as UGV assisted navigation. So this is the platform, right? So let me play a video for this one. Okay, so can, right? Can you hear the voice?
Yes,
The
sir.
sound?
It's on, yes. It's good for your side.
It's supposed to be this a video. Sound, you should hear sound. So this basically this is a platform. Okay, this platform. So the technology of this platform. Let's see the video first.
Maybe we have a problem about the video, or maybe the next slide first. We will progress. Okay, sir. Maybe you can to presenting for the next slide.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay. So in this technology, we do have a 4 technology that supported this platform. The first one is control system. So that means this vehicle, so let's say you want to use in your plantation area, or maybe not necessarily in plantation, maybe some of the safety area or whatever, right? So this control system able to help this vehicle to maneuver the terrain efficiently. So maybe there are slope, maybe are some hole and whatever. So this control system able to control, to maneuver this vehicle. So this control system able to control the front wheel and also the back wheel, right? And the second one is this technology also offer you the 3D simulation and digital twin. That's mean, so let's say in plantation, okay, what they need to do, they need to always monitor the plantation. So it thousands of hectare, okay, thousands of hectare area, right? So, and typically they're having a problem to get the accurate data from the workers on the plantation area, right? So this solution offer you the 3D simulation to so that what we can do is we can develop environments metaverse in your actual plan. And yeah, your actual plantation, we can develop a 3D simulation and metaverse so that later you can know your plantation area. So this is very useful for those manager looking for replanting the tree purposes, right? So maybe they have thousands of hectare. Maybe the sector A need to replanting, okay? And in that area, maybe they have some of the road problem, terrain problem, okay, and maybe issue on the pothole and everything. So based on the simulation software, they can reroute, they can redesign their plantation area. And the second one is the reliable communication. Okay, basically in plantation, they have having issue in communication. Sometimes we don't have the internet because of rural, right? Rural. So we developed a four type of technology that supported for this vehicle. So TV white space, 5G, Wi-Fi, and also the GPS, and also satellite, right? And also have an accurate navigation lah. Okay, based on the sensor fusion. Okay, so this is a example of technology that we have. So it's depend on the industry or plantation. So what kind of technology they need, they prefer it. So we develop in how this technology is compatible with this vehicle, right? And so this is the 3D simulation process. So what we do, let's say you have a plantation. So we using a drone to mapping to capture your plantation area. So then you get the aerial image. So then we do a processing so that we can generate, okay, the tree, okay, generate the tree, okay, the tree area. And then what we have here, that we can know which area is a road or trail. Then later, this area, this mapping, we can upload to the vehicle so that the vehicle can go the correct road, the correct trail, right? So we do not want to lose our vehicle, right? And we also do not want the robot or the vehicle is over smart, because we do not want, you don't not want the vehicle is falling into the river or whatever. So we need to predetermine the correct road. So, but at the same time, the robot, this vehicle have a capacity to recalculate the shortest safe route. Maybe in a certain time the battery is depleting, so need to be recharged. So the vehicle can come back to the home station to recharge the battery automatically, right? Because we're talking about the protection area 1,000 of hectare, right? So we want to minimize the labor on human workers, so we try to offer an automation. All right, and in terms of the accuracy, how the robot or the vehicle can choose the road correctly, okay, on accuracy. So we develop the sensor fusion, so the standard. So we have a combine the sensing on GPS, wheel odometry, visual odometry, and also IMU. So then we can so that the robot, the vehicle can go through with correct, go through to the road correctly. So this is just comparison before and after fusions. So every sensor have their own limitations. So when we compare the vehicle, maybe choose the road not really accurate. Okay, some of the sensor is totally out. So, but when we do combine all the data, all the sensing, so the robot can maneuver on it correctly on the road, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Excuse me, Dr. Hairul, I think your slide is not moving. Do you have any technical problem? And we also cannot play the video in your slide, sir. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes. Your slide is not moving in the
Oh,
our Zoom.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. You mind?
Okay. And maybe for your time, it's still 15 minutes, sir, for the
Okay.
presentation.
All right. So this one I just talking about the vehicle. So the vehicle has capacity for autonomous, but the vehicle alone may not sufficient for advanced applications. So we need to make a robot is smart enough, right? So that's why we also offer you the perception technology, right? So perception technology that means the robot has their own eye, have their own ear, and have their own sense, right? So that the robot can maybe can avoid the crashing. The robot also can detect the difference between human and things. The robot also can have maneuver their own road in automatically and so on. So we need to create to make the robot smart enough so that we can leverage the capacity for our to support our task. So basically, this robot, this solution is to address the pain point from plantation. The first one, if they have own robot, basically the robot is basically will communicate with GPS. But in plantation, sometimes GPS cannot communicate with your vehicle because of the tree leaf we call canopy. Okay, so the plantation palm oil, the leaf, okay, the branches, okay, coverage on the top. So this GPS signal been cannot go through, right? The second problem is the homogeneous loops. Okay, maybe the common technology, the robot is not smart enough to differentiate between the old tree and the new tree, the road, and also some of the maybe on some of the cliff. So we need to improve on that. The third problem on the unstructured planting pattern, right? So we need so that the robot can maneuver accurately, and also the dynamic obstacle obstruction, which means the thing that move maybe human, maybe another vehicle. So we need our vehicle can detect that. Right. So what we do, so this is one of the technology solution that we have for the perception technology. So this one we can do a mapping and localization, so that our vehicle can map their own, so know where it is. Okay, and they also know what the best route to go from point A to point B. Right? So this is some of the application. This is how the robot see lah, basically. This is how the robot see. Okay. So based on this technology, we can make the robot for vehicle to tagging the tree, so that we can extend for further application. Let's say this tree is not ready to be harvested. So this tree is ready to be harvested. Right? So that there is the possible the potential of application. So they can taking every tree here, and then we give the report. The manager, the plant manager, plantation manager can plan. So, and also to plan the resources, so when to harvest and so on. Okay, and then so now we have vehicle platform, we have the perception technology platform. Now in plantation we also need the fresh fruit bunch collection, okay, for plantation. Right, so we install this on our own truck. So then later this robotic arm grabber, we call grabber, can automatically pick up the FFB. So this grabber arm basically automatically grab the FFB. So this one to reduce the dependency on the worker lah. So we install our camera in front of the car, in front of the truck, or also on the grabber lah. So the camera on the front can determine so what's next. So which FFB available on side of the road. Okay, and the same time send the data to the grabber, so the grabber can plan to grab which FFB. Okay, and when you grab the FFB, and sometimes the small fruit will lose, okay, and drop to the floor, right? So we have, so this also losses to the plantation. So if the fruit not to be collected, so we develop the automated loose fruit collector, so that we do have a robot to collect the small fruit that have been falling down when you grab the FFB. So the example how the robot looks like. Alright, so that means, so this technology is TRI number 3, which may already at the lab for functioning. So we are exploring the opportunity for cooperation, so that we can develop a platform that to be deployed on industry. Okay, and another one is the mice race. So basically, when you collect the FIB and you want to go to the mill, right? So basically, what they do, the standard procedure is they need to weigh the FIB first, because they pay the price of the FFB based on weight. Okay, for batch by batch. So the weight of the FFB is quite sensitive in palm oil industry. So basically, when the, let's say the lorry come here, okay, they will weighing the lorry and also the FFB to calculate the weightage of the FFB. So since the price of the FFB based on this FFB, so some the worker tend to cheat during measuring the weight of the FFB. And also the process now currently doing manually. So we developed a system so that when the lorry just come into the platform and reading the data based on radar data, so they can determine. So is it other thing than the FFB itself? Maybe the extra person or unwanted item to put an extra weight on the lorry. Right, so when the deliveries come, the driver going out and then measure the try to detect the unwanted item on the lorry. Right, and then we also have the harvest ready 3D detection based on perception technology based on, so we have an AI to determine the color of the fruits and also the shape and the size, so that we can know from that tree is already harvest or not. So we have a system, so this system can take the picture and video and then tagging, okay, go through all the plan tagging. So this technology can be put on the top of the vehicle, UGV vehicle, autonomous vehicle that I just explained before, and go through all the road that we want. And then when the vehicle go through, so at the same time it will taking which tree is ready to be harvested. So based on this data, then the plant manager, plantation manager can plan the resources to collect which tree to be harvested. Okay, batch by batch. All right, and the last one I want to present on the autonomous chiller, the smart chiller lah. Smart chiller. So everybody using the smart chiller, right? And you know the electricity tariff pricing is increased and the costing on utility is increased. So it's very, so now people looking for this solution, how to make the energy consumption is efficiency. So we do have this technology in house. So basically we do a system that able to reduce the utilities consumption. So we do install this technology in our Wi-Fi fab, right? And we managed to reduce the utilities consumption more than 20%. So, and then we calculate to convert into the value, so managed to save 400,000 ringgit annually. So it's a big amount of money, but just on utilities. We just managed to reduce the utilities 20%, right? So, and equal to 400,000, almost 1 million ringgit, right? Almost 0.5 million ringgit. So it's a big money. So we have this technology is ready. So what happened here, because the typical approach of the chiller in any building, they based on temperature reading, okay, and when the temperature reading give the data, give the response to the chiller, and the chiller will setting the compressor. But once the time the compressor set the value based on reading, the actual temperature on that room is already differential. So there is a delay. There is delay between the input and output. Right. So what we do here, we develop an AI system that can compare the data from the actual and also the current usage of the chiller, and then we can manage so that the system chiller can able to predict what the actual demand for the next 2-3 minutes. Right. So this we remove the delay factor. So, right, so we remove the factor to say therefore the energy consumption is really at optimum level. So this is an example of dashboard that we capture in our house, in our building, the usage of the smart chiller. Right, so I think that's all for today, and open any question from you. So to be honest, so this technology is ready to be commercialized and licensed. We are open to all for collaboration.
Yes.
Any question from the floor?
You, of course, we have any question. We have the question here for in the column chat, sir. Wait, Monan. Dr. Hairul Anwar, we have two questions. The first question, you can to answer maybe. How can technologies such as AI, sensor fusion, and automation drive efficiency and sustainability in the industrial sector in the future? That is, it's your time. Maybe you will to answer first,
How can you
or
use
maybe you
AI?
wanna.
Yeah, the first one is basically AI can make it the data that we process is faster. And not only that, the data that we generate or we solving using AI could be higher in integrity, and then also the reduce on the human error. Okay, but the AI itself need the data to be trained so that the AI is good enough to give you accurate answer. So the data is very important. That's how the sensor fusion is coming. So that we combine the multiple input or multiple type of data so that we can correlate each data to predict the good output. And then with this sensor fusion as a feeding data to the AI, so the AI based on can make decision and then can make the automation. That mean can control the equipment that we want to control. For example, maybe the for example that technology that I just present, the smart chiller can control the water flow, control the pump and so on, the valve accurately. So therefore, the technology will be more sustainable, right?
I love about the last. The
Mhm.
more sustainable, isn't it, yes, sir? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
For the second question, we have the question from Dewan Dono. It is the question is about the integration of advanced technology in industrial robotics. What is the impact of implementing sensor fusion and its computer technologies on the efficiency and safety of autonomous robotic system in industrial environments? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Impact of implementing sensor fusion and the edge computing. Yeah. The reason why people using edge computing because to make it faster and also cheaper. Okay, and also, so let's say they want to use the cloud solution, the cloud computing, and basically the cloud is not belong to us. Right? Maybe you use Amazon, you use Google, and so on. Maybe on certain area or certain field, we need on data sovereignty, on data security, right? So we do not want to expose our data to public or to outside. So that's why you need to on-premise computing power. So they will call the edge computing lah. And also on the, of course the sensor fusion, like I mentioned before, that's mean we can correlate more data input so that we can make a good decision, right? And of course, like let's say we want to make a robot. Okay, let's say a robot. So what kind of sensor that typical people use to make a robot can walk properly? Maybe they need a gyroscope, and then maybe need ultrasonic sensor, humidity sensor, right? So that the robot can charge correctly. But in certain level, maybe the robot is not to make it very smart. So the robot also need to detect the human emotion level, so that the robot can react properly. Right? So that you need to fuse all this data to train it, so that the robot becomes so smart and behave like that we want is better. Right? So that's one of the reason. So it's very high impact lah. So for if you combine between sensor fusion and also the edge computing, so that you can make the robot autonomous very realistic for in industrial environment.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Thank you so much maybe for the Dewan Sono for the question, and Dr. Khairul Anwar has to answer about your question. Thank you, Dr. Khairul, for your kind response and explanation. It's from the Dewan Sono. So maybe I will give us a little summary about this topic, Dr. Khairul. maybe the development of intelligent system and sustainable infrastructure can help reduce negative environment impact, increase energy efficiency, and support climate resilient development. With the collaborative strategy between the government, the private sector, and communities are expected to accelerate the transformation toward greener and more sustainable infrastructure, which is we were from the MIMOS, yeah.
Mhm.
And overall, the integration of technological innovation and sustainable design is key to building a greener and more resilient future. So, thank you so much, Dr. Khairul Anwar Abdul Wahid, about your time. And maybe we will go to the next keynote speaker. Third speaker, we will meet with the Mr. Jasur Exxon of PhD. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Jesus. Thank you so much, Dr. Hairul.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Jasur Eksanov, maybe are you joining with us in the Zoom?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Morning. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good afternoon or good morning maybe it is.
Yeah,
Okay, Mr. Jasur Eksanov, maybe are you ready to presenting about your tema?
yeah, sure.
Okay, but wait a moment. I will to reading about your curriculum vitae first. Okay, hello everybody. It is Mr. Jasur Eksonov. Mr. Jasur Eksonov is from Kokan or Tashkent. University of Kokand branch of Tashkent State Technical University, Uzbekistan. And today, Mr. Jasur Eksonov, we will bring the topic about the entrepreneurship in the digital era, building sustainable ventures through technology innovation. And did you know that Mr. Jasur work experience in the head of international relation department in Kokand branch of Tashkent State Technical University, Kokand. And he has an education qualification as a master degree or MBA in the Graduate School of Business and Entrepreneurship Tashkent and a researcher PhD from School of Business and Entrepreneurship Tashkent too. So for Mr. Jasur Exono, it's your time for your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Once again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Distinguished guests, honored speakers, and respected participants. It's true privilege to stand before you today from virtual at this important international conference. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to organizers, especially Dr. Sushi Purvandari, PhD, for this opportunity to share my insights, experience. We are online. Okay, we will discuss today about entrepreneurship and business, emerging markets, case of Uzbekistan. My voice is okay? My voice is okay? Hello?
Wait a
Okay,
moment.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
your phone is
Oh,
okay
oh yeah,
here.
okay.
Yeah, but
Thank.
your PowerPoint is maybe not yet to show. Can you to show your
Oh,
PowerPoint?
oh, oh.
Yeah.
My presentation is not visible.
To show.
Okay, just a minute.
Okay, it's okay, no problem.
Excuse me. Okay. Okay.
Okay. It's okay, no
Okay.
problem.
Okay, let me start. That yeah. We live in an age where technology is reshaping the very fabric of our economies, our work, uh, and our lives. Digitalization is not just a trend, uh, it's a transformation. It affects how we start businesses, uh, how we scale them, and how we solve long-standing social and economic problems. Uh, like Uzbekistan, historical and economic context, uh, it means two points: ancient roots, modern reforms. What about ancient roots? Uzbekistan boasts is a rich entrepreneurial history from the Silk Road. You know what is the Silk Road? Trade to the sophisticated craft girls of the Timurid era. The next one, modern reforms. Uh, since 2017, ambitious economic reforms have propelled uh, approximately 50% GDP growth. The nation's strategic location bridges Europe and Asia, leveraging its historical role as a trade nexus. What about startup ecosystem in Uzbekistan? Uh, Uzbekistan is a fast developing country in Central Asia, is undergoing a digital renaissance. Over the past 5 years, we have seen major improvements, let's say, in digital infrastructure, government support for startups, and the emergence of strong local tech ventures. I will be highlighted some concrete examples, such as Uzum, like this. Just a minute. Yes, like Uzum. It means in English grapes. In Uzbek, Uzum. It's the name of startup. The country's first tech unicorn, let's say, and other fintech, edtech, and agrotech startups that show how technology is being used not only to generate profit, but to create jobs, empower youth, and increase access to service in remote areas. We will also explore the challenges, digital literacy gaps, access to funding, regulatory issues, and how these are being addressed through national programs, public-private partnerships, and regional cooperation. As you see, innovation hubs and support programs in Uzbekistan actively promotes entrepreneurship through strategic initiatives and robust support system like IT parks, financial and legal support, tax incentives, startup-based platforms, etc. What about government policy and incentives? First of all, tax reductions, personal income tax for IT sector entrepreneurs, now to approximately 7.5%. Regulatory streamlining, simplified regulations attract both foreign and domestic investment. Export growth, national strategy aims to triple manufacturing and tech export by 2030. Global visibility, hosting the UNESCO General Conference 2025 highlights cultural and innovation commitments. What about venture capital and investment landscape? As you see, year by year, from 2021 after pandemic period, from present days, is rapidly increasing the indicators in the field such as venture finds, typical deal size, and USD dollars. Talent pool and entrepreneurial education. In Uzbekistan, the same in Indonesia, like if you want to be entrepreneur, is easy. You can also register from government center, and you can choose the field, entrepreneurship field, like educating or manufacturing and so on. What about working age population? Working age population in Uzbekistan, 21 million approximately. Annual graduates, 125 key, a continuous influx in new talent, with our 60,000 specialists in ICT and business fields. Universities in Uzbekistan, 210 universities. What about entrepreneurship? In entrepreneurship field, universities in Uzbekistan, Team University, the name of the university, Team University. In this university, teach in the field entrepreneurship and doing business. After that, we make the talents in the youth generation entrepreneurship, doing business. Success story and case study zone. Once again, fintech in e-commerce leader with 1.1 billion USD dollars valuation in these days. The planning and ambitious IPO, we hope by 2026 is the main point, this unicorn startup project. Yes, we have challenges and opportunities, yes. What about challenges? Scaling beyond the local market, adapting to evolving regulatory landscapes, and enhancing digital and physical infrastructure. Opportunity, what about opportunity? Strategic geographic location, dynamic, young, and skilled talent pool, a rapidly expanding venture capital ecosystem, growing global connectivity, and easy to visa process for founders. Conclusion and future outlook: maturing ecosystem, key drivers, ambitious vision, and global players. My goal today is not only to share the progress we are making in Uzbekistan and Indonesia, but also to encourage collaboration, because innovation doesn't happen in isolation. It requires networks, ideas, mentors, and supportive ecosystems. I believe this conference, international conference, this event is one of those ecosystems, a space where ideas can connect, where borders are less important than shared visions. Thank you once again for the opportunity. I hope this session will be insightful and inspiring for everyone. Thank you. That's all my presentation.
Thank you
Shortly
so much.
presentation.
Short but is a very interesting word we are knows about the entrepreneurship
I
in
hope yes.
Uzbekistan. Yes. Okay. It is we have a one question about the entrepreneur, but I follow you about your presentation. Your PowerPoint is so very good, sir, because the entrepreneurship in the Uzbekistan have much about the educational too about the talent pool. So I want to read about some question. The first question is, what is the role of innovation and digital transformation in forming an entrepreneurial ecosystem that is able to compete in the global market in the future? Maybe you
Okay, thank you for question.
yes.
I tried answer to this question. Entrepreneurship in Uzbekistan is improving, just improving, is ongoing process. What about digital transformation in entrepreneurship to globe international markets? Yes, am I right?
Pardon, sir?
Question is that?
The question is about the what is the role innovation and digital transformation in forming an entrepreneurial ecosystem that is able
Okay.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Role of the innovation in entrepreneurship, also digital transformation is important. Uh, this is ongoing process in Uzbekistan. Uh, by the government support in each entrepreneur in Uzbekistan can make easier activity, uh, zero risk. In Uzbekistan, we have a platform like Harid. In this platform, from this platform, you can choose any activities in your field. After that, you can doing business and softly activity with let's say enterprises. With enterprises, you can do doing business zero risk. I hope this and I main point for this case, doing business in Uzbekistan, rule of the entrepreneurship in digital era is easy. This is a case of Uzbekistan.
See about the collaboration, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because it is some question is too about post the collaboration, the new question. It is maybe like as your answer about the collaboration.
Yeah. Any questions? I'm open.
Yes, for the next question is about same as a collaboration is from the RISCA, and how can collaboration between government, historian, investor, and business leaders foster a sustainable and inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem? How the
About
collaboration between a pentahelic, maybe I think, yeah, can to be a leader foster a sustainable and inclusive entrepreneurial system, sir.
about sustainable entrepreneurship.
Uh, I'm not clear about your sound. For the question, you say about collaboration will be response in the Madagascar, but it is for the next question is how can the collaboration between government, historian, investor, and business leader foster a sustainable and inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem? So to make some ecosystem entrepreneurial, sir, what's impact maybe?
Yeah, I got it. Yes. What about collaboration in entrepreneurship in Uzbekistan? Like Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and Armenia, our entrepreneurs can make some collaboration, partnerships. This is the main point. The Uzbekistan, our entrepreneur. This is a yes. This point, this case, already is taken from our entrepreneurs. Maybe I hope collaboration with Indonesia between Indonesia with Uzbekistan entrepreneurship will taken in few future years.
So maybe I come to the next question, the third question. We have question again. For the third question is, what strategic measure can be taken by young entrepreneurs to overcome the challenge by rapid technology change, funding limitation, and dynamic regulatory framework?
Okay. For young generation, yes. For young startups,
Yeah. What strategic measures can be taken by young entrepreneurs to overcome the challenge posed by rapid technological change, funding limitation, and dynamic regulatory framework?
yeah. About limitation, no limitation in
Okay.
Uzbekistan. If your project, if your startup, let's say idea, it's a proof. After that, you can make a project, proof project, and no limitation, no risk, by government supporting. You can make doing business. Is it okay for you, our country? If your project is a proof, yes, it's the main point.
For the
Not
regulatory.
like analogy from other countries. Uh, you you can make project if your startup idea is a proof,
Okay.
is the main point.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you for Erika for your question. Last question, sir, from Dewandono too. What are some common mistakes digital entrepreneurs make when they integrating technology into their business, and how can they be avoided? So, what are maybe some common mistakes about digital entrepreneur, sir, and
Yeah.
make for the integrating technologies?
Yes. Challenges. What about challenges in entrepreneurship? Challenges. Yeah, we have uh, challenges in workforce, challenges in marketing strategies. We have to boost the strategy in marketing, in advertising, in the content of the advertising. We have challenges in these fields.
With the challenges. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jasur Eksonov. It is the last question for this our sharing today. But maybe to permit to you make a little summaries from our topic today, sir. So the digital technology I show in your PowerPoint as a case in Uzum or Uzbekistan unicorn, the
Yeah,
government policy support and access financing and training are crucial factor in driving business innovation and startup development in the Uzbekistan, which is about
yeah,
the entrepreneurial, about the young dynamic workforce, or maybe launching startup fostering and culture innovations. So overall, Mr. Jasur emphasis that adaptive and inclusive entrepreneurial innovation can be key for the Uzbekistan to increase its competitive and drive sustainable economic development in an emerging market. Isn't it, Mister?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. It's a great point. Uh, it's a let's say good innovation program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jasur Ehsan of PhD from Gökhan branch of Tashkent State Technical University, Uzbekistan. So, sir, thank you so much. And the next, we will go to the last keynote speaker. We are have Apotheker Umi Nafisah, MM, Magister Science from Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, Indonesia with thematic pharmaceutical innovation in the era of digital health from drug delivery to AI-driven therapy. So hello, good morning, Ma'am Umi.
Good morning, Miss Siwi.
Hello, good morning. You're okay for today, ma'am? Are you ready to present about your PowerPoint at this
Okay,
time?
inshallah. May I ask for help the computer to present my present?
Yes, so maybe before I will to present about your curriculum vitae first from
Okay.
our participant. Okay, hello our participant. It is the last keynote speaker or maybe fourth keynote speaker today. We have Apotheker Umi Nafisah, MM Magister Science. She is as a lecturer of pharmacy study program at Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta. And now, Miss Umi has doing the doctoral of pharmacy in Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta, but she had finished her master, to master management and pharmacy in the Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta and Universitas Gajah Mada. So, Miss Umi Nafisa, like about the research about the pharmacy side, isn't it, Miss Umi?
Yes, right, Miss Siwi.
Okay, thank you so much about your time. So this is your time to percentage about your PowerPoint, Miss Umi. It's your time.
Okay, thank you, Miss Siwi. For the computer, may I have to present? Okay,
Okay, your
thank you.
presentation has a show.
Okay, thank you, Miss Siwi. Thanks for the computer for the time given to me. Thanks for the participant before. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, after we talking about the tourism, engineering, entrepreneurship, and it is the last, we will talking about technology in pharma. Okay, in this time, we will talking about lipid nanoparticles in cosmetics and pharmaceutical dermal products. Okay, next. We know that nanotechnology is an innovation. Technology is a branch of science that focuses on the manipulation of matter at a nanometer scale, involving the physical, chemical, and biological attributes of materials. Nanotechnology represents a revolutionary path for technological development that concerns the management of material at the nanometer scale. And nanotechnology factually means any technology on the nanoscale that has numerous applications in the real world. In industrial sector, most really embracing nanotechnology are the information and communication sector, including electronic, food technology, energy technology, and the medical product sector, including many devices of pharmaceuticals and drug delivery system diagnostic and medical technology, where the term nanomedicine and bio-nanotechnology are already commonplace. And now, today, we will talking about nanotechnology in the pharmaceutical, specifically in cosmetic and topical applications. The increasing knowledge of skin physiology, formulation science, and nanotechnology has led to continuous improvement in cosmetics, and the introduction of cosmetics has been increasing, particularly for the management of skin disorder such as acne, eczema, and psoriasis, etc. And then next, we will talking about cosmetics. The application of cosmetic product has been vital since a long time. However, currently the significance of cosmetic product has repositioned itself towards therapeutic as well as nutritional products that extend to skin health and further the cure of dermatological disorders. And cosmetic products with the potential of disease prevention play a vital role in augmenting the growth for cosmetic products in the market. And next, the other cosmetic, we know that integration about cosmetic and pharmaceutical, and we call it cosmeceuticals, that contain ingredients intended for both personal and or therapeutic use. In cosmetical product, we have consists of active ingredients, and so some benefits such as whitening, aging, and sunscreen products. The segment is expanding to include not only skin, body, and hair product, but also to include several topical products to treat conditions such as like hyperpigmentation, and then photoaging, wrinkles, and hair loss, which are all examples of sign of aging. The cosmeceutical products particularly contain ingredients or nutrients having the ability to promote healthy skin, hair, and nails, and may include vitamins, minerals, plant extract, and antioxidant. And then the universal market of cosmeceutical products offers a huge potential among many countries worldwide, especially with the inclusion of new technology to develop and produce elegant and effective products. In this context, cosmetic nanotechnology is finding a special place among the proposed technologies used to create novel, safe, effective, and elegant cosmeceutical. And nanoparticles would be absorbed into skin due to their small size and deliver the active ingredients to repair the damaged part of the skin. Regarding the purpose of including nanoparticles in cosmeceutical is to active products such as sunscreen, better skin protection, perfumes with long-lasting scent, and then high-quality anti-aging creams with better anti-aging outcome, as well as maintaining the efficient hydration of the skin by this newly formulated moisturizer. The nanoparticles are popular in cosmeceuticals since they demonstrate first privilege include they are made up of biodegradable, low toxicity, physiological lipids, and their small size ensure close adherence to the corneum layer of the skin, which result in an improvement of the transdermal absorption of the cosmeceutical inactive ingredients. Besides cosmeceutical, we have cosmotherapeutics. That cosmotherapeutics approach are different from cosmeceutical, that it doesn't cover ingestible beauty products and the products containing nutrient. The focus of cosmotherapeutics on prevention and cure of dermatological disease such as acne, dermatitis, psoriasis, along with the beauty of skin. Next, the first before we talk about the lipid nanoparticle, we will talk about the layers of human skin first. So the skin is the body largest organ, and it is primary protective part of the environment. It is composed of three layers that are epidermis, dermis, and hypodermis. Epidermis is the outermost layer of skin, provides a waterproof barrier. It is constituted by keratinized stratified squamous epithelium that have 5 sublayers. There are basal cell layers, and then stratum spinosum, stratum granulosum, stratum lucidum, and stratum corneum. The layer is the most superficial layer of epidermis, and it is exposed to the outside environment. Therefore, it is the function of prevent dehydration, penetration of pathogens, and injuries. And the dermis, the layer beneath epidermis, and contain connective tissue, blood and lymph vessels, nerves, and structures such as hair follicles and sweat gland. That it can support the epidermis by exchanging oxygen nutrient. And the last hypodermis, the deeper subcutaneous tissue, it made fat and connective tissue contributing to head conservation. And the next, we will talking about the skin. Due to the complex structure of the skin, several nanotechnology approaches have been developed in order to bypass and or modulate active ingredients, the drug permeation through it. The essential fatty acid and triglyceride contain unsaturated fatty acid are the cornerstone of cosmetic products composition and development. And lipid nanoparticles have emerged as promising nanocarriers for topical and transdermal drug delivery due to the advantage, including controlled drug release, and then increased drug skin permeation or penetration, easy to scale up, and low cost of production. The lipid nanoparticle-based cosmetic have garnered substantial attention in the past new decades, owing to the biocompatibility, safety, enhanced functionally. And the lipid nanogrowth contribute significantly to cosmetic preparation targeted for dermal disease prevention because of their higher loading and limited active ingredients release properties. An active ingredients loaded in nanoparticle-based cosmetic or cosmeceutical result in special function in healing dermatological disorder attributes to enhance penetration and then modulated release local targeting and to minimize toxicity. Okay, let's talk about lipid nanoparticle. In the early 90s, Muller and Gasco introduced lipid-based nanoparticulate system, which is continually modifying with more advanced and smart generation of lipid nanoparticles. From the perspective of cosmetic utility, lipid-based nano delivery system can be broadly classified as liposomes And the smart generation of lipid nanoparticles include particularly solid lipid nanoparticles and nanocarrier lipid carriers. Lipid nanoparticles encapsulated active ingredients based cosmetic or mounting advantage of the enhancing skin penetration into the deeper strata of skin layers, and then sustain and targeted of active ingredients to cellular and subcellular region, and improve overall functionality of the final product with potential cosmeticum therapeutic effect. Lipid nanoparticles increase the transport of bioactive compounds through skin by improving drug solubilization, drug partitioning into the skin, and fluidizing skin lipid. This leads to an increase in the interaction between the nanocarriers and the stratum corneum, resulting in improved hydration and drug permeability. We know that stratum corneum constituent the key of skin barrier. The uppermost layer of skin stratum corneum plays vital function in maintaining sound skin health and functional specifically including prevent of exercise water loss. And next, the lipid nanoparticle-based cosmetics have garnered substantial attention in the past few decades to their biocompatibility, safety, and enhanced functionality. The active ingredients loaded lipid nanoparticle-based cosmetical result specialist function for healing dermatological disorder attribute to enhanced penetration, modulated drug release, local targeting, and minimal toxicity. The small size, the nanometer, high loading, and capabilities to prolong the release of the active ingredients, distinctive internalization route, then selective local targeting, biocompatibility, and safety are the distinct attributes of lipid nanoparticle-based cosmetic, which have made them stand tall in plethora of other nanoparticulate formulation that can be utilized in cosmetic preparation. Okay, let's talk about lipid nanoparticle. The next, lipid nanoparticles are colloidal carrier system with the mean particle size ranging from 50 to 1000 nanometer. The two types of lipid nanoparticles, they are solid lipid nanoparticles and nanostructure lipid carriers, are classified according to their internal structure. SLN or solid lipid nanoparticles were the first developed and are composed only solid lipid, whereas the lipid carriers constitute an upgrade of the solid lipid nanoparticles and are composed of a mixture of solid and liquid lipid, despite the solid lipid being in higher amount to form the nanoparticles. The composition of lipid matrix and then surfactant manufacturing parameters such as temperature and stirring rate can affect drug release profiles. Probably the most important reason for using lipid nanoparticles such as a suitable alternative to previous polymeric nanoparticle are the ease of large-scale production and their low toxicity potential. And the most important parameters in lipid nanoparticles characterization are particle size and size distribution, and then zeta potential, polymorphism, and then degree of crystallinity, drug loading, entrapment efficiency, and drug release. So we will talking about the major factor affecting percutaneous permeation and the kinetic of lipid nanoparticles loaded with active ingredients or bioactive. Data particle size. So formation of lipid nanoparticles through the skin depends on their properties such as surface morphology and then surface charge or zeta potential and particle size. The mean of particle size and size distribution include polydispersity index are essential parameter that is the physical properties, homogeneity, stability, and in vivo performance in nanostructural lipid carriers and solid lipid nanocarriers. And then dynamic scattering or DLS is commonly used technique to measure the size and size distribution of the nano structure. And then when we're talking about morphology and the step, different microscopic techniques are routine employed to determine the morphology of nanostructures, such as transmission electron microscopy and then scanning electron microscopy and atomic force microscopy. And zeta potential are the measure of potential different across particle, which provides useful information on the aggregation tendency of nanoparticles and hence the physical stability. Usually negative surface charge or zeta potential and a smaller particle size favor transdermal penetration. Okay, and then let's be talking about solid lipid nanoparticle, the first version of solid lipid carrier system in the nanometer dimension. Solid lipid nanoparticles were developed at the beginning at 1990s as an alternative carrier system to emulsion, liposome, and polymeric nanoparticles. Solid lipid nanoparticles are composed of 0.1% per weight to 30% weight per weight solid lipid dispersed in an aqueous medium and, if necessary, stabilized, preferably 0.5% weight per weight to 5% weight per weight surfactant. And as our solid lipid nanoparticles have numerous advantages such as drug protection against harsh environmental situation, easy of large-scale production, biocompatibility, and biodegradability. Besides the advantage, SLN also have some disadvantage because of the perfect crystalline structure, because of the composition just solid lipid. They have low drug loading efficiency and the possibility of drug expulsion due to the crystallization process during storage condition. And the second generation is nanostructure lipid carriers. The next, nanostructure lipid carriers are considered the second generation of solid lipid nanocarriers. Nanostructure lipid carriers were further developed by substituting the factorial solid lipid component of S with liquid lipid. The particle produced using blend of solid lipid and liquid lipid obtain the blends for the particle matrix. Solid lipids are mixed with liquid lipids, probably in a ratio of 70 to 30, up to ratio of 99.9 to 0.1 due to the oil in these mixtures, a melting point depression compared to the pure solid lipid is observed, but the blend are also solid at body temperature. NLC was designed to overcome the SLN limitation. NLC have higher drug loading capacity because of the imperfect crystal structure and could avoid drug expulsion by avoiding lipid crystallization during the manufacturing and storage period. Due to the presence of liquid lipid in NLC formulation, expulsion of loaded after formulation and during the storage period is minimized. analysis can also increase drug solubility in lipid matrix, and they can show more controllable release profiles in comparison to SLN. The next, the major effect as to why lipid nanoparticles appeared interesting for dermal application for cosmetic and pharmaceutical. There are improved stability of chemically unstable active ingredients, improved skin hydration, protection through film formation on the skin, and then occlusion and associated with penetration enhancement and an increase in skin hydration. And the lipid nanoparticles are the nanosafe carrier. Due to the production of lipid nanoparticles from physiological and or biodegradable lipid, this carrier system exhibit excellent tolerability. And then better bioavailability for poorly water or insoluble molecule. We will try to compare the advantage of NLC, the second generation, compared with SLN. The NLC drug encapsulation efficiency is high, but the SLN, the drug encapsulation of SLN is medium to high, and drug loading capacity is higher than SLN. NLC have good stability profile and reduce of drug extraction. However, the SLN as drug carriers were limited by drug explosion on storage due to rigid structure, unpredictable gelatin tendency, particle growth, and unexpected polymeric transition. In crystal modification during their preparation and storage. Okay, the component of lipid nanoparticles are solid and surfactant. Okay, we're talking about the solid. The solid employed in the formulation of SLN and NLC are biocompatible physiological and biodegradable lipid, which may either be used independently or as a mixture of two or more lipids in a specified ratio. Lipids are the major structural material of lipid nanoparticles and constitute the main component of the matrix, largely determining the properties of this colloidal system. The wide variety of lipid used in topical lipid nanoparticulate formulation may be classified as fatty lipid and then waxes, steroid, partial glyceride, and triglyceride. And the liquid oils, the next, typically found in the lipid matrix of NLC, are usually derived from natural sources and have granted grace that are generally recognized as safe status by regulatory bodies that are medium chain triglyceride such as migliol, and then together with oleanic acid, linoleic acid, have been most commonly used as penetration enhancer. The choice of lipid is dictated by the solubility properties of the active ingredients to be loaded.
Okay, Ma'am Umi.
Yes.
Yes, Ma'am Umi, I'm sorry, I will do information to you for the time is 5 minutes again, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. And then besides lipid, we have the surfactant. Surfactant affect the physicochemical properties of the lipid nanoparticles owing the interaction between the lipid and surfactant use. Surfactant reduce the surface between the interface of the particles, including particle portioning, and thus increasing surface area. Surfactant concentration highly influences the particle size of lipid nanoparticles, where the higher surfactant or lipid ratio was like smaller particle size were observed in general. And then maybe we will talking about preparation method of SLN and NLC. Maybe next. Next. Once more. Okay. The preparation method the preparation methods of SLN and NLC that are we can use hot high pressure homogenization that we can use what is that ultraturak, and then we can use the code high pressure homogenization, sonication or high speed homogenization, and then the double emulsion method, micro emulsion method, and then salt injection, solvent emulsification, evaporation, and then the solvent emulsification diffusion technique, etc. The next. Okay, the last we will about the application of lipid nanoparticles in cosmeceutical. Some literature of recent publication have been conducted to cover all recent cosmeceutical active ingredients that have been incorporated into the various types of lipid nanoparticles. Next, that the research Wu et al. Prepared nanostructural lipid cards and loaded with hydroquinone to improve S-like stability. The next, the nanoparticles showed better skin permeability and better light stability after UVA UVB irradiation with an inhibition rate. And the other research Kesri et al., who prepared kojic acid-loaded solid lipid nanoparticles. The prepared nanoparticles more tyrosinase inhibits activity in comparison to the pure kojic acid. The in vitro and ex vivo percutans absorption show that kojic acid-loaded solid lipid nanoparticles improve the percutaneous delivery of kojic acid. And the order of research about antioxidant, anti-aging, and anti-wrinkle agent, Gogi et al. Utilize the antioxidant resveratrol, loaded SLN, and NLC that improve to skin absorption. The entrapment efficiency in the NLC was 18% higher than the SLN, and resveratrol loaded in analysis showed less ROS production. Okay, the opportunity and challenges lipid nanoparticle-based cosmetic products. Next, the future sales of lipid nanoparticles constitute cosmetic improve the wellness of the skin by tackling important functional issue to meet the demands of the consumers. Novel herbal raw material and excipient are needed to be explored to meet growing market needs. Okay, I think it's enough. Miss Iwi, time is yours.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Umi Nafisa. Wow, it's complex and complete about the lipid nanoparticle in
Yes,
cosmetic.
you're right.
Wow, it's very interesting, ma'am. And yeah, you got the question here. Okay, maybe can I to information to you for the question. The first question is how to select the solid and the liquid lipid in SLN and NLC. I'm correct
Okay.
for the thinking about this?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
We have some methods to the selection or screening the solid and liquid lipid in an SLN and NLC. For selection for solid lipid, we must know the solubility of active ingredients in solid and we check the miscibility of both lipids when melted and after full recrystallization of the solid lipid. And the of liquid lipid for analysis consists of solid as well as liquid lipid. Liquid lipid, uh, what is that? Oil for preparation of NLC can be selected based on the relative drug solubility. So the fixed volume different oil and then was taken in a glass vial, and then we added with active ingredients and shaker in incubator, and then centrifuge, and uh, we determine with happy LC. And the selection of solid lipid ratio, the ratio between weight of solid and liquid lipid was selected on the basis of the melting point of the melting point of the selected ratio was further confirmed by differential scanning calorimetry. Like that, Miss Tiwi.
Yes. Okay. This is for the Mr. Adesta, I think, for the question in the Zoom area. And for the second question, we have from the Ansela Permatasari. Between SLN and NLC, which is better? Which is better? And what the most important parameter in lipid nanoparticle?
Okay, between SL and NLC, we know that NLC is the new generation of the lipid nanoparticles, and NLC provides improvement to the deficiencies of SLN. So SLN have some disadvantage like being limited by drug expulsion on due to their rigid structure, unpredictable glycation tendency, particle growth, and unexpected polymeric transition. But NLC is more stable in storage. On the other hand, drug loading capacity of NLC is higher than SLN, and drug encapsulation efficiency of NLC is higher than SLN. And the most important parameter in lipid nanoparticle characterization are particle size. Of course, particle size. The particle size range of lipid nanoparticles from 15 to 100 nanometers, and size distribution, and then our particle size particle size distribution, and then zeta potential, polymorphism, degree of crystallinity, drug loading, entrapment efficiency, or AA, or drug release, like that.
Okay, so the lipid nanoparticle, if I make a little summary, is a key focus, yes, ma'am, yeah, because the particularly is accelerating drug research development, optimizing doses, and supporting more precise clinical decision making. So overall, in integration of digital innovation and in pharmaceutical, open up significant opportunities of improved patients' outcome, clinical efficiency, and access to more advanced and adaptive therapy like this.
Yes,
Memumi?
right, Miss
Yeah.
Silly.
Okay, thank you so much about your time today,
Okay,
Ma'am Apoteker Umi Nafisah, MM Magister Science from Politeknik
thank you.
Indonesia Jakarta. And thank you too for all keynote speaker, Mr. Rakoto Ariswama, Mini Rina Venitra PhD, Dr. Khairul Anwar Abdul Wahid from PhD Malaysia, Mr. Jasur Eksonov, PhD from Kukan branch of Tashkent State Technical University, and Apoteker Umi Nafisa MMSC. That exclude the series of presentation and discussion at our international seminar today. We would like to thank all the speakers, participants, and committee members who contribute to this success and insightful running of this event. We hope the material presented will inspire and benefit us all as we face the challenge and opportunities ahead. So, I'm finished here. Next, I would like to invite my fellow MC to continue the closing agenda and provide further information regarding the next event. I will hand over the event to the MC. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second section or panel presentation will be conducted after break time starting from 1 p.m. This section is divided into two breakout rooms based on two topic interests, social and science field. If you are interested in science, health, engineering, or IT topics, please leave the main room and join the breakout room for science field. For participants who are interested in social, art, media, entrepreneurship, hospitality, tourism, or humanities topic, please leave the main room and join breakout room for social fit. After the panel presentation finishes, the participants are required to leave the breakout room and return to the main room again to attend the announcement of student competition winners. We also would like to remind all participants to fill the attendance list provided in the chat room. Thank you. It's time to break time.
Welcome to Indonesia Surakarta Polytechnic, a superior vocational education institution with a Javanese cultural roots and traditions. Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta is a vocational higher education institution with many successful achievements. Starting from national competitions to international competitions as proof of the quality of learning obtained by students. Various awards are achievements as a form of real achievement from the dedication, hard work, and high enthusiasm that are the characteristics of the Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta. Behind the achievements that have been obtained, Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta is aware that it cannot be separated from Surakarta as a home and living environment. Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta holds the responsibility to maintain and preserve cultural values so that they become an inseparable identity. Here, students not only learn technical skills, but are also given a deep understanding of local culture and traditions. Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta develops a collaborative spirit as the main pillar of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta. Students are encouraged to collaborate, share ideas, and develop projects together through solid teamwork. Students learn to combine abilities and competencies to achieve common goals more effectively. In learning at the Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, students are trained to become independent individuals, have initiative in every activity, and overcome every challenge with confidence. Many of the students have become entrepreneurs, creating new job opportunities and making real contributions to society. Being brave and strong is the main capital for building resilience as a form of excellence characteristic of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta students. Students are taught to be ready to face challenges with strong determination and not give up easily, and always look for innovative solutions. Students are guaranteed to be ready to face the dynamics of challenges in facing the competitive world of work. The ability to adapt in this global era is important. Students are prepared to be able to adapt to changing times. The curriculum is designed in accordance with technological developments and the needs of industry and the job seeker market. Mastery of new technologies is an important part of achieving students who are ready to compete in the global realm with confidence. Even though learning is always oriented towards modernity and technological progress, Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta continues to closely maintain the cultural values and traditions of Surakarta. Students are active in various local cultural preservation activities and combine academic knowledge with pride in their cultural roots in Surakarta. This unique approach further strengthens the identity of Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta students. Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta is not only higher education, but is a community that values every achievement and forms future leaders. The combination of academic excellence, cultural richness, and visionary approach makes it the only superior vocational college with many achievements. Polytechnic Indonesia Surakarta, where the past meets the future, and every student is prepared to become an innovative leader and have a positive influence. Here, education is not just about learning, but also about living the cultural values of excellence, resilience, and respect.
Polinus mendapatkan penghargaan anugerah LEDT Wilayah 6, yaitu PTS Vokasi Prestasi Kemahasiswaan Terbaik, Pemenuhan Dharma Terbaik, Kinerja Penelitian Terbaik, Tata Kerja Sama Terbaik, dan PTS Vokasi dengan rasio akreditasi prodi terbaik. Politeknik Indonesia Surakarta berkomitmen menyiapkan lulusan terampil dalam teknologi, soft skill, dan siap bersaing di ranah